Bulls Nation, and welcome into the CHGO Bulls Podcast, presented to you by PointsBet. Don't forget that promo code CHGO when you sign up to live your bet life. I'm Peck, hanging out here with my guy Big Dave, and our guest, ladies and gentlemen, our former co-worker, 15-year NBA vet, product of the University of Illinois, and you probably also recognize him from his work doing Bulls analysis on pre and postgame for NBC Sports Chicago. Give it up for the one, the only, Kendall Gill in studio, ladies and gentlemen.
The legend is here.
Thank you, fellas. Thank you.
So good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, it is, man. I haven't seen you guys, since the pandemic?
Yep.
Yeah.
Started? I mean,
right after Rudy Gobert gave his teammates COVID and Silver shut down the league. That was the last time we saw you in person, man.
Wow, that is, what is it, 2 years?
But he's like, two years.
Man.
Yeah, man. Time flies, brother.
It does fly, man.
But hey,
how you been?
I've been great. Well, I mean, miss you guys over at NBC because, we when you guys came in, we started watching the games together and discussing basketball, and we turned into friendships and everything. So, we missed that part.
Yeah.
Now it's a little bit different. I mean, I still have fun, but it's not the same without you guys.
Yeah.
Well, and so now we've completed the trifecta because we had Jason Goff join us in the studio last week.
Okay.
Purdue came by a few weeks before that.
All right.
Yep.
So, and we've also chatted with our pal Shinowski.
Yep.
We've had Stacy.
Yep.
Okay.
We're gonna get Adam Amin sometime soon in the coming weeks because
true.
we can't stay away from you guys. We love you too much.
I hear you, man. I appreciate you guys saving the best for last.
Yes, sir.
Obviously.
It was always the plan, Kendall. It was always the plan, man. Straight up and down, bro. Oh, man. This is a treat for me, though, man, because I've told you this a million times. This is one of the cool things to be able to do this is you can meet the people that you admire coming up and actually tell them to their face what they meant to you, you know, in their face. And I've told him millions of times, he was my favorite player at the Illini, man. He was my favorite by far. The first time I got starstruck was when I saw you, because my sister graduated the same year you did.
Right, yeah.
So I remember being at the graduation. I was a little kid, but I remember being at the graduation. And they had after the graduation, they had a special ceremony for all the black graduates. And we were in there and everything, and you came in, and you saw everybody kind of gravitate, and I freaked out. I was like, yo, that's Kendall Gill. My sister, she's a book person. You know what I'm saying? She was like, who? I was like, you went here. How don't you know who this is? Oh, yeah, the basketball guy? Yeah. I know him. That's Kendall Gill. And I'm over there freaking out, man.
Yeah, she was in class all the time. But I do remember that. It was in Follinger Auditorium, huge auditorium on U of I's campus. And you had the regular graduation, then you had the black graduation. And that's what it was. I remember that day. I had a great time that day because, I was able to walk across the stage for the second time. Yeah. Because I did do the regular graduation as well. But, it's an honor to go 4 years and graduate on time. Yeah. Which is one of my goals. I know that's like they don't do that these days because everybody is one and done.
Right.
But, when I went to college, I really didn't have like NBA aspirations. I just wanted to go to college and graduate, get a great job afterwards. But, it just happened to work out for me that, I still got a really good job after college, but I had a degree in my hand too.
That's crazy. Like you didn't have those real aspirations coming out, even after all the incredible years you had.
No. Not when I went there. By the time my junior year came around, I can remember we played LSU when Chris Jackson, who you guys know, I told you guys, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, who I told you guys was the hardest person I've ever had to guard.
I remember.
Even MJ was not as hard as this guy.
And he was one of the 4 guys taken above you in the 90 draft class.
Right. Yeah. It was Derek Coleman, Gary Payton, Dennis Scott, and me. Mahmoud, Dennis Scott, and then me. Right. So, after that game against the LSU Tigers, I had 27 points and everything like that. And then the late great Jimmy Collins came to me and said, hey, there's a whole bunch of NBA scouts that came and told me that now you're on their radar. And that's when everything started for me, after the game against LSU.
Okay, all right. Got serious after that.
And see, I'm a little bit younger than Big Dave, so my Kendall Gill fandom didn't start at U of I. I wasn't watching you back then, and I've told Dave this before, I think I've told you this, like number 2 behind my Bulls fandom when I was a little kid growing up. My favorite team was that Charlotte Hornets team that you got drafted to with you and Zoe and Larry Johnson and Muggsy, like that squad.
Dale Curry.
Yeah, I loved watching you guys play. You were so much fun to watch play.
Yeah, it was, I had such a great time. And, one of the regrets of my career is that I did not stay in Charlotte. I signed a free agent deal with the Seattle Supersonics, which, hey, listen, Seattle Supersonics, they were a great organization, great fans. It's a great city. They deserve a team back there. But you guys know when I always felt like I was a Charlotte Hornet. Even when I was playing for the Seattle Supersonics. I was like, you know how MJ used to wear the North Carolina shorts under his? I felt like I had on Charlotte Hornet shorts under the Seattle Supersonics.
And the feeling's mutual from the Hornets because you were honored, just recently, a year or two ago, right? As one of the 10 greatest Hornets of all time or something like that?
Yeah, and, the thing is that you look at this organization now, the Bulls. Yeah. Okay, this front office believes in keeping their team together, at least the core together, for 4 or 5 years. The front office in Charlotte, they didn't understand that. And, all I wanted was a certain contract, and then everything would have been fine. But being a young franchise and a young player, you just I didn't know how to compromise at that time. I was like, no, this is my number, and I'm not getting off of it. They were the same way. Yeah. And as a result, I think it hurt both of us in the end because as a young player, and I know we're going to talk about Zach LaVine later, but as a young player, you got to realize, because Zach is in free agency, as a young player, you got to realize a rising tide lifts all boats.
Okay. That's what we're doing right now. All right.
And that's what I did not see in Charlotte. And, listen, I went to a great team, Seattle Supersonics. We won 63 games that year. We should have won the championship the next year, but then we ran into something called Mount Matumbo.
Yes, you did.
Against the Denver Nuggets. They were the first number 8 seed to beat the number 1 seed. But still, I felt like my future would have been a lot brighter had I never left the Charlotte Hornets.
And that seems because I see Amin talking about you remembered you with the Nets. That's the other team. A lot of people remember you because you had some really, really excellent years with that team.
Yeah. I had some great years with the New Jersey Nets. Great franchise as well. Now they're in Brooklyn. Right. Wish they were in Brooklyn when I was there, man. Hey, look.
You didn't like playing in Jersey?
I like playing in Jersey, but Brooklyn is a little hip.
A little more different.
A little hip. You're in the city and everything like that. But, I had a great time there. Spent 6 years there. Played for Butch Beard, who actually – he's one of the best coaches I've ever played for, even though I only played for him for half a season. Yeah. Then John Calipari came in. So those years were great for me to grow as a person, as a player. John Calipari showed me a lot of things. I remember under him, I finished 9th in the league in scoring 1 year.
20 plus, Yeah,
and I led the league in steals 1 year when I was with New Jersey and tied the record for steals in a game. And I also grew as a person because I did not live in New Jersey.
Right.
I lived in Manhattan.
Of course you did.
Well,
I lived on 43rd and 11th Avenue.
Okay.
Right.
And I was like, there's no way I'm going to be in one of the greatest cities in the world and not live it, explore it, immerse myself in all of the culture and everything.
And this is pre-husband and father settled down, Kendall.
This is pre-husband.
You got to be living in Manhattan.
Yeah, I got to be living in Manhattan, man. So I got me a place on 43rd and 11th Avenue, Riverbank West. I remember the apartment name right next to the Lincoln Tunnel. So I was able to jump in the Lincoln Tunnel, get over to East Rutherford, New Jersey in the Meadowlands for practice every day within 15, 20 minutes. I actually lived closer than most of the players did that played for the New Jersey Nets.
Wow.
And I'd come back over, man, park my car, and if I ever wanted to go anywhere in Manhattan, I didn't drive. I just hopped in a cab or something like that, man. It was great, man. I'll tell you. My wife says that.
Would you ride the subway, or were you too big for that?
No, I was too big for the subway. I ain't riding on the subway. Okay. Even though I did it a couple times. But hey, look, I've ridden on the L enough times here in Chicago, so I don't need to ride the subway.
You don't need You know the experience.
Yeah, I know. I've had the experience riding on the train. So, I tell my wife now, listen, she goes, why don't you take me out? I said, I'm still trying to recover from New York. Because I'm telling you, I used to hang out nonstop, man. I'm still trying to recover, bro.
I like how low-key you tried to make that scene like, I got a place in Manhattan, like it was just, sort of one bedroom, you know what I'm saying, one room place.
Look, man, I had my apartment. I had a 2-bedroom apartment, 43rd and 11th Avenue, had a huge terrace overlooking the Hudson River.
Wow.
I tell you, man, I was
not bad.
That was some of the best times of my life. Man.
Okay, all right.
Living in Manhattan.
I live in a 1-bedroom basement apartment in Queens. That was a 12-block walk from the last subway stop during my New York years. So we had a little bit of a different New York experience.
We had a little bit of a different experience there.
Hanging out a little hard.
Yeah. Right. So we got a lot to talk about. Like you said, we will get your thoughts on Zach and some of the other big things from the offseason. But first and foremost, real quick, we saw you go through some struggles of depression watching the Bulls when we were watching together.
Yeah.
What was it like? I mean, did it feel like a breath of fresh air to watch this team this season after all of us collectively, Bulls fans, people covering the Bulls, went through it in those dark rebuilding years after the Jimmy trade?
Oh, man, my God, man. I mean, you guys know we went through some years where it just was – it was – how can I say – it was desolate.
Yeah,
it was just. You know,
we were worried about you.
Yeah. You should have been worried about me, because you guys know how many times I've cussed in the green room.
Oh,
and everything like that. It's like, but when they changed the front office, I knew that we were going to go in a different direction. You know, John Paxson is a friend of mine. Gar Foreman is a friend of mine. But sometimes it's just time for a change in life and in business, and I think that it was time for that change. And they picked the right guys, because these guys came in with a new look, a fresh look about everything. They turned this roster over within a year and a half, 2 years. So, and they believe in making big moves. I don't think that this front office overvalues their assets. Right. Like, they'll make a move in a minute if they think it's going to make this team better.
That's a fact.
And when I went to see them practice, I believe it was last year in training camp, I was like, this whole league is going to be surprised.
Yeah.
Because I saw what they could do. Now, unfortunately, we ran into the injuries. We ran into the COVID protocol things that happened. And we didn't show the full strength of this Chicago Bulls team. We limped into the playoffs. Yeah. Okay. But at least we got there.
We got one.
We got
victory.
There. I think next year I think next year is going to be even more successful, because I think that they're going to make another big move. I hear they talking about, there's rumors now about Gobert being on the market.
Yeah.
If we could get him, I'm willing to let some pieces go.
Oh.
Okay. I'm willing to let some pieces go.
Okay. All right.
All of them?
Not all of them. Not all of them.
Just a couple.
You're clearly sending Vooch to get closer to match the salary, so you're gonna give up Patrick Williams in that trade. I don't think Vooch and Kobe in a pick is enough.
Yeah. You don't think it is?
No. You're gonna have to give up a little more. They're gonna want more.
Okay. Sam, listen, I love the talent of Pat Will. I think that guy physically, when he decides he wants to be the best on the floor, like he did last game of the season against the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Right. When he put up 30 whatever.
When he just decided, I'm the best guy on the floor, nobody can match me physically, I'm just going to take over.
Right.
If we had that guy, he would be untradeable. I'm not trading him.
Yeah.
But then we go to the playoffs, and he returns back to being the guy that's not aggressive that we need to be successful. Now, here's the question for the front office. Is that the real Pat Williams, or is he going to be that guy we saw in Minnesota?
Right.
That's the decision they have to make. Yeah.
Do you think which one's real? Do you think that guy that we saw in the last meaningless regular season game can be what he does? And the thing that Dave and I have talked about is that guy hasn't shown up a lot because he's been, 5th or 6th down the option list as far as who wants offensive production on a nightly basis?
But also the injuries, too. You know what I'm saying? That also played into it as well. So this is all brand new, kind of what we saw.
You got Zach, you got DeMar, you got Vooch. You don't need Pat putting up 15 shots a night.
But I need him to be aggressive offensively.
True.
I don't need him to disappear. And also, what he showed in that Minnesota game, he showed all the tools. He was a 3-level scorer. He shot the 3-point shot. He drove to the basket. He posted up. We don't have one guy that does all three. So if he can do all three, yes, but you got to look at the numbers. How many games has he played like this?
Not many.
He's only played one game.
Like that.
Game like the guy we need him. So I'd have to lean towards this is what he is.
Well, let me ask you this then, because I asked Will the same question. If they do get Gobert, where does that vault the Bulls? Are they immediately a top 4 team in the East?
It all depends on what I believe what they can get in free agency. Yeah, okay, we get Gobert. Can we get a shooter? Because I think that we need a perimeter shooter.
Yeah, definitely.
A guy that just can knock down shots. Is Kobe back? I mean, do we have a? Well, you know what? I think that Caruso does a great job as a backup point guard.
Sure. Yeah.
But I think we need somebody else coming off of the bench to score the basketball. It all depends on if we get Gobert, do we have 2 other pieces that we can put with him? If we can do that, then yeah, I think we're top 4.
Oh wow. Okay.
I think you exhaust your resources if you make that Gobert trade, though. I mean, who are you getting to come in free agency to be that shooter that this team needs? If you're spending all that money on Gobert and giving up a few other resources for it, like whoever you're signing as a veteran shooter better be happy with like a United Center meal plan ticket or something like that.
Matt Thomas is here, all right? So ain't worry about it. He gonna be here.
Man.
Matty Legend is in the
Kendall,
building,
I don't know if you're familiar with how much Big Dave embraced Matt Thomas this season, but it got ugly.
Kendall.
No, I know. I saw it.
He was on the pod. He heard it. He heard this. He heard this. Trust me,
He loved Matt Thomas as much as he loved the idea of bringing Derrick Rose back to Chicago.
Hey, that's a lot of love.
Why not? Why not?
I'm getting closer.
Can we bring him back?
I'm getting closer to that idea. What I want is his final season back here in Chicago.
I think he's got 2 more left.
I think he's got 2.
Didn't he sign a 3-year deal in
I
New
believe
York?
so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tibbs ain't done with him yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tibbs ain't letting that go.
Because, I mean, how many games did he play last year? Maybe 20? 15?
Yeah, he was hurt.
Injuries were a problem.
Had surgery and everything.
Yeah, so he was out for a minute. But I would love for him to be here, man. Like, not only will it be great just for the city, he can actually still contribute.
He can actually still contribute. And, you know, we did have problems struggling this year in the playoffs where we couldn't break anybody down off of the dribble. Milwaukee built a wall against DeMar, and you know it worked. You can't build a wall against Derrick Rose, you know, because he's too quick. He'll get to the hole too quickly on you if he's still got something left.
Right, that's true indeed.
Real quick, because you guys have that U of I connection, how much did you enjoy the surprise that was Ayo's rookie year, and what do you see his role growing on this team next season, and what do you see his NBA ceiling being?
I do see his role growing. You know, we just mentioned a backup point guard. I forgot to mention Ayo with Caruso, but you know, at 6'5", with the long arms that he has, he's defensively, he's really the only player that I've seen give Trae Young a lot of problems individually. You know, sometimes you saw Miami, they shut Trae Young down in the playoffs this year with team defense, but Ayo really bothers that guy.
Yeah.
You know, and you need one of those guys on your team, a defensive stopper. And offensively, I thought that he showed more than what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. He's going to get so good, can we keep him? Because, listen.
You're already worried about that?
I'm worried about it. Listen, I know it's year 1, but he's on a 2-year deal.
Yeah, that's true.
He's a second-round pick.
2 years.
He's a second-round pick. He's coming up. So what do you do? So do you give him some money now, and then so hopefully he's like, okay, I'm happy with that? Or do you wait and take the gamble?
I think you give him Kobe's money. That's
Take
just
this
me.
and just go. Take that and go.
Yeah,
No,
because Kobe hasn't signed an extension, right?
Right.
No,
yeah.
yeah. And what, $9 million?
He's coming up on it. Yeah, and that qualifying offer is around $9 million.
Around
I think.
9?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd give that to Ayo too. He's right.
So then what are you gonna do with Kobe? Gonna put him in a trade package?
You put him in the trade package.
Give
You
him a
wave
nice
goodbye.
wave. Say thanks for the good time,
We work
Kobe.
something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, he's a huge question mark for me. Like, because I don't know if he wants to stay. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how the team truly feels about his talent and if they could use it or not. If they want to just put in those trade packages, because all the things we keep hearing are they're trying to package him in the deal and ship him anywhere. You know what I'm saying? With this number 18 pick. So it's really up in the air for him, man. So I'm going to trust whatever AK and whatever AK and Mark Eversley decide, but it's a crapshoot right now.
And it can't be easy packaging him right now based on the way he finished the season.
Yeah.
You know, like he went cold, hot, cold this season after coming back from that shoulder injury. It's a lot easier to put that kind of player in a trade if he ended the season on a hot streak and not a cold streak.
Right, yeah. And look, in his defense, he had the shoulder injury, then he had to deal with COVID and everything. He was never able to get into a rhythm. But The thing is that I think teams have to look at Kobe as a guy coming off the bench to give you scoring. I think he's proven that he's really not a starter in this league. I think you have to look at him in the Lou Williams mold, who else? The Dale Curry mold. Yeah. Somebody like that, and if he embraces that role and comes off and really does his job well, then he's valuable to a team.
Yeah. Sure.
But I just don't know whether he can do that here, because you got Caruso coming off the bench. You got Ayo coming off the bench. Right. That's going to need minutes. So if I'm Kobe White right now, I'm not really comfortable about my situation here in Chicago. I mean, in my opinion, I may be looking to go elsewhere.
I'm surprised.
Are we adding another member to Big Dave's bus out of town?
Get in the van, baby.
Get in the van with Tristan.
Get in the van.
Yeah,
Tristan's the only one in that van.
Well, Tristan wasn't here. He wasn't really here that long. He's here for a couple weeks.
He getting in the van, brother. He in the van, brother. He in the van.
Kardashian curse is real, you guys.
It's a real
It
thing.
is real.
Real in that Holyfield,
Our pal John Sabine hopped in the comments saying, hey, how long do you think that Kobe White Bulls highlight package would be? 2 minutes, maybe 5?
Oh, John.
I think that's a little too harsh. Kobe had some big-time moments. His rookie year for
sure.
His second year.
Yeah.
And, even this season, after he came back from the shoulder, he did get on a hot streak for a while there. When he was producing 15 to 22 points off the bench in, whatever it was, 8 consecutive games. He had a hot streak. It's just that he isn't that player always. He isn't that knockdown three-point shooter always. Right. And that, if he were more consistent, a lot of teams want a player like that off the bench.
A lot of teams would want a player like that. And also, he would be that shooter that we need.
Right.
Yeah. So he wouldn't be going anywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
So
it's that consistency that's really killing it, man.
Yeah.
Right. All right. We'll get to Zach LaVine next and get Kendall's thoughts on what's happening with Zach LaVine this summer. But first, Big Dave, tell our friends and viewers about that fun PointsBet app, would you please?
Oh, PointsBet, Kendall. I don't know if you're a gambler. You don't strike me as one.
Yeah, but I've done a couple shows for PointsBet.
Okay, all right.
It's fun.
That's what I'm talking about there, man. Because the best way to support CHGO is to download that PointsBet app and use that code CHGO when you sign up. Because if you do that right now, you'll get those 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. But that's not it. If you make a $50 or more first-time deposit, you'll receive that free CHGO membership, which unlocks all of that awesome web content, and you'll even get a free T-shirt of your choice from the CHGO Locker. That's $2,000 in free bets, a free CHGO membership, free T-shirt from the CHGO Locker, all for making a more than a $50 first-time deposit. Where? At PointsBet. And it's that live NBA same-game parlay. For the first time ever, you can build the perfect live NBA same-game parlay. You can do that only with PointsBet. Combine your favorite bets anytime during the game. And if you want more,
and we know that you do,
you can also boost those live same-game parlays. You can watch live, parlay live, boost live, and partay live with PointsBet. And if you're in this beautiful state of Illinois, well, you see that, align that jersey right there, because that's mine. The Kendall Gill has signed it, and I'm too damn happy right now. And you're here in Chicago, where it's hot, and I saw the devil outside in the tweed suit smoking a cigarette. But you can stay inside, and you can download that PointsBet app right now and register your account from start to finish, all from your phone. So what are you waiting for? Because once the game starts, you don't just bet. Matthew Peck, what do?
You live your bet life, of course.
Hit me, Joey.
Do it! Just do it!
I'm with you. I would have guessed that Kendall is too responsible to be a points bet kind of man.
First of all, damn, you guys have gotten good. You weren't doing that when you first came to the studio.
Hey,
we didn't have a whole lot of practice because they couldn't find us a sponsor,
Exactly,
Kendall.
They didn't tell us to do this. It's always been in there, Kendall.
You guys got skills, man. You guys got skills now.
They passed the ball.
Oh, I hear you.
They passed the ball.
When I brought Big Dave on the lockdown last summer, I was like, you can do all the ad reads. Here you go.
I was too excited. Yeah, man. He just gave me the ball. That's all.
He just took that ball and ran with it.
Just gave me the ball, baby, and I appreciate it.
Today's episode also brought to you guys by Strava Craft Coffee, the CBD-infused coffee, which is a game changer. It won't make you high or hungry, CBD, but it does offer real benefits that can help you feel alert and focused without those coffee jitters, live your day more balanced with less anxiety, fewer aches and pains, plus including CBD in your daily routine can even help you enjoy more restful sleep so you wake up feeling your best. You know, I've been digging on those Strava decafs in the afternoons and the evenings.
Yes, you have.
Amazing night's sleep, wake up feeling like $1 million. Wake up feeling like Kendall Gill's bank account. And the best part is that Strava is all about quality. Everything is small batch, fresh, and shipped straight to your door. It even offers concentrated full-spectrum CBD tinctures for those looking for a more traditional CBD format. And right now, our CHGO listeners and viewers can save 25% off their entire order when you use promo code CHGO25 at checkout. That's 25% off your entire order at StravaCraftCoffee.com when using promo code CHGO25 at checkout. Give it a try. I like it. It's delicious. Helps me sleep. Helps me focus. Strava.
Yeah, Kendall, you should get
My
that.
bank account.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you guys? You guys reading all these promos and everything.
Talking
You
about-
guys getting
I don't know
paid.
what
You
mean,
want to
Kendall.
line up our bank accounts next to each other?
We can switch. We can switch right now, Kendall. I mean, right now.
Oh,
You
Do
know
a
what I'm
little
saying?
do-si-do on those routing numbers?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
But you should get down. I know you like the CBD, you know, for the joints and the knee pain and everything like that. That Strava coffee, you know, could be a game changer for you, man.
Okay, well, you know, I'll recommend it for somebody. But,
Okay,
you know,
right
you
on,
know,
right on,
you know,
right
I'm
on.
more of a sea moss type of guy.
Oh, yes, sir.
I like the sea moss.
I
you
love
know.
sea moss. I have some all the time, man.
Yeah, yeah.
That 60-40 over there, boy.
60-40,
That
man.
60-40
Right.
club.
Speaking of which,
60-40 club.
Sabine wants to know how he can get a 60-40 shirt. John, I think you actually have
you
to
gotta
complete
earn that.
the 60-40
You gotta earn it.
challenge
You gotta earn
to
it,
get a
man.
shirt.
You gotta get my guy Joey out there to do that, man. Do the 60-40. You know what the 60-40 is, Joey?
No.
Film
The 60-40 workout. Well, the 60-40 workout is something when March 11th, when COVID shut down the NBA, I was just, you know, we had canceled a game that day, and I was looking in the mirror. I was like, dude, I don't look like the athlete I once did. So I called up my friend Ian Mahoney. I said, listen, I want you to do the 60-40 workout with me. It takes 50 days. I got to get back in shape. So we started doing it. We started posting our workouts online, and people just started coming to the field, you know, and so many people came.
Field of Dreams.
Yeah, you build it and they'll come. So many people came, I had to put structure to it.
Right.
So, you know, I started making people sign up, and it was for free, you know, the first year. Yeah, the first year. You know, it got so good, so many people started coming. I said, oh, it's free too? I was like, no, the second year,
Hold up.
second year, it's not going to be
Right,
free.
exactly.
So,
First hit always free.
because
baby.
I'm telling you, man, when I put the program together, this was work.
Yeah.
I had to get up at 4 in the morning, be out at the field by 4:30, set the whole field up. You got to get permits from the city. You got to get insurance. You know, you just got to get everything.
Right.
Got to run it like a business. So,
Right.
but anyway, you know, so many people came because of the workouts. And the thing is, it works.
Yeah.
And the most it takes is 45 minutes.
Yeah.
That's why people love it. They come in the morning, they get their workouts done, and then they go home. They don't have to do anything for the rest of the day.
Right.
So the most people lose, the least that a person lost was 20 pounds over the 50 days. The most a person lost over 2 sessions of the 60-40 was 100 pounds. Got him off of his diabetes medication, his hypertension medication, and all that stuff. So, you know, it's something that I did in college.
Right.
You know, prior to the Final Four year, we met at Memorial Stadium in Illinois. We did the 60-40 workout. I changed it a little bit, put calisthenics to it, but
Okay.
it works. And, you know, that's the big reason why we were so powerful that year, man, because we were in so much better shape than everybody else.
Yeah. It worked. I've seen it. We've seen the videos from it.
Yeah.
You know, so everything like that. We saw Jason Golf out there.
Jason didn't
once
make
or
it.
Twice. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Hey,
hey, look,
I ain't faulting him.
hey, look,
I ain't
but-
faulting that
hey,
brother,
look,
man.
hey,
I ain't
look.
You
faulting
tried.
him. He did.
You tried to
he
get
did-
me out there. I was
He
like,
did
oh,
more than I
hell
ever
no.
thought.
But check this out.
He did more than I would.
Look,
Shoot.
I designed it to make people quit.
Yes.
You know, it's sort of like
Congratulations.
That's just mean.
yeah, but look, you gotta earn it.
Yeah.
Okay, so the
Yeah.
people that make it through, that T-shirt that they get at the end means something to them.
That's real.
Because you know they've gone through 50 days of hard work. They've gone through the injuries because you're gonna be sore. You're gonna be injured.
Right.
The thing is mentally are you tough enough to make it through those 50 days? So Jason made it through. But I think he came like a week and a half.
That's all right.
Close.
Hey, look, and then he starts calling me up. Hey, listen, I got my son, but
Oh.
I'll get it in tonight. Then he calls me up the second day. Hey, listen, I got a podcast. So I'm like, he's done. And if you go to the show, I tease him about that all the time.
I mean, come on, you using his kid as an excuse.
Hey man, I'm not. Listen, Jason, with you. I'm with you, Jason.
I love Jason Goff.
I'm with you, bro. For real, you did more than I will. Promise you, bro.
I love Jason Goff.
Bro,
Much respect. I ain't for trying.
Hey, I love him, but he didn't make it.
So when you give out how many shirts do you think you've given out?
We now have a total of, because we did it for 2 years now.
Okay.
So we have a total of 210 members.
Wow.
210 people have made it through.
Wow.
But I think we are somewhere where we have 376 that signed up for it.
Wow.
So, a lot of people did not make it.
Yeah.
It
was designed that way.
It's designed that way. And, they cry and stuff like that. And, but I mean, I'm telling them, like, I'm sorry. I mean, I can't give you the T-shirt because all these people behind me that I'm putting in the work, that are struggling to get through. I mean, those are the people that deserve it. So.
And your son Phoenix completed it, which that's
yeah,
a iffy.
Phoenix
That's
did it
iffy
too?
on your choice because you're helping him get into better shape so that he can beat your butt up and down the basketball court when you're playing one-on-one.
He can already do that.
He
can already outrun me.
That's the point.
But yeah, my wife made it through and everything. So and look, our oldest member is 77, so there's no excuse.
Oh, that makes me feel like a lazy
77
piece
years old, and he made it through.
Right on.
His name is John.
Shout out to you, John.
Shout out to the 77.
Come on, Joe.
Is this a challenge, Big Dave?
No, that's for you. Don't look at me.
All right, I'll go. I didn't realize Gottlieb was in the gym, but we couldn't do our draft profile the other day because he had to go pump some iron. So,
That's right.
Maybe when he gets back in town, me and him
Right.
will
I forgot. Will
head
might
out to the
want do
field.
that too. You're right.
Yeah, I can see Will doing that.
Also, we got Jamal and Shaq in the comments, and they're saying, "What's up with Matt's shoes?" They must not have watched for the last couple
Y'all
months.
know it's Burke season. Come
for
on,
him,
y'all.
man. He's all about these Burks, Kendall.
And apparently it's okay, but not if we have a guest. If we have company, the stature of one Kendall Gill, I can't wear my Birkenstocks? Is that what y'all are saying?
But you see, guys, I'm family though.
Yes,
These
true.
Guys. I'm not like a regular guest.
This is fact.
So I really know these guys. So
Kendall has seen me at much worse than this.
Yeah. and these guys have been over my house and we've watched games together and stuff like that.
True
So,
story.
It's
Warriors, Raptors, 2019
Raptors,
finals.
Right.
Hey, if it's game 7,
Toss
I
it.
might have you guys over, man.
Stop.
If we get
All right,
game 7
Kendall.
Sunday.
I hear you. All right.
All right.
there.
All right, we can do it. We can do it.
Come on, game 7.
Now that COVID is over and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Not over, but I mean, we feel a little bit safer.
All right,
Under control.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We ain't got to work this time.
Yeah.
We ain't got to carry no food this time.
You got to bring some food. Man.
Okay. All right.
You got to bring
all
some
right,
food.
All right. Fair enough.
I'll bring 60 beers and 40 brats. How about that?
I'll give up my
okay.
CMOS Connect. I got you, man.
The question that is on every Bulls fan's mind right now, Kendall, is Zach signing on that dotted line on that 5-year deal to stay with the Bulls? What do you think?
I think he has to stay. I think that the Bulls have to have him. I mean, why would you leave a situation that's just about to take off?
Yeah.
And I've talked to Zach about this. I mentioned to him about my situation in Charlotte. As I mentioned earlier, a rising tide lifts all boats. Everybody knows him as a Chicago Bull. Mm-hmm. Now, they don't remember him as a Minnesota Timberwolf.
No.
He is going to be remembered as a Chicago Bull. You're a 2-time All-Star here. Mm-hmm. You're an Olympian here. Yeah. You got Mountain Dew national commercials here.
It's true.
You think you're going to get a Mountain Dew national commercial in Portland?
I don't think so.
I don't think
No.
so.
I don't think people in Portland drink that. I think it's too healthy.
Right.
I mean, I think it's not healthy for you.
Too much sugar in there.
Yeah.
You're in the 3rd largest market in the country. There's no way you leave this situation.
And you're the man.
And you're the man.
Yeah.
Hey, look, what DeMar did was great last year. People were mentioning him in the MVP running.
Yeah.
But you got to understand that he's going to be 33 years old, I believe.
Yes.
Yep.
Correct.
Do you think he can repeat that year that he had last year?
I hope so, but I don't know. I didn't think he could do it this year. So, honestly, I don't know, Kendall. I have no idea.
And I think that with both of those guys in the lineup, they're good for each other.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't want to go to another team where all of the onus is on you to score 30 or 40 a night.
Yeah.
I think that, DeMar took a lot of pressure off of Zach.
Which is, I think, what Zach was looking for, right?
Yeah.
Right.
He wanted some help.
Yeah.
And no offense to guys like Lowry and Wendell who are no longer with this organization, but he did not have enough help.
He didn't.
And DeMar came, and then Lonzo and Caruso when they were healthy, and Vooch when he was playing. That's way more help. Yeah. And I think that Zach was totally fine with that instead of getting his extension last summer, right?
Right, exactly. And listen, I don't know what he end up having, 24 maybe a game
per game. Yeah. Like so they dipped a little bit because of the knee, after the All-Star break, but still All-Star numbers.
And believe me, look, I talked to Zach, here and there, and his knee was hurting him a lot more than he let on.
Of course.
Okay.
Believe that.
And that's the one thing about Zach. First he dealt with the thumb injury early in the season. Then he deals with the COVID, twice?
Mm-hmm.
Then he has the knee injury that he's dealing with. This guy is a warrior, man.
Yeah.
He's a lot tougher than people think that he is. And had he been healthy, things would have been, if Lonzo had been healthy, things would have been a lot different.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think that if I'm Zach LaVine, I sign that contract, I come back, and let's go after the Eastern Conference. But we got to get Lonzo healthy as well. That's something else that I'm worried about.
Yeah. Let me add one more thing though about Zach, and because you mentioned that you talk to him and you know him, because one of the things that you worked with him was the defense. What I'm saying? That was one of the things. So what have you seen as far as his improvement on defense that you've enjoyed? Because I know that you worked with him to give him some of those tools.
Yeah, he used the lunge a lot. But the thing is, the lunge that I taught you guys about.
We saw it.
The lunge, guys, is a defensive technique that you use instead of shuffling your feet. Mm-hmm. You lunge on the guy, and he can beat you off of the dribble, but then you can catch him on the second one.
Bro, your excitement when he did that on the screen. I would be man.
Listen, my son, we would be on air. My son would call me up. Dad, Zach just used the lunge. I'm like, yeah, I saw it, son. I saw it. So, I'm excited about that. But a lot of the times he couldn't use the lunge this year because of his knee.
Yeah.
Because it was too painful for him to push it off. But I like that his effort level on the defensive end of the floor has gone up. Before, it was kind of non-existent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But now I think that he sees, listen, if I'm going to be mentioned in the top upper echelon of the NBA amongst two guards, I got to play on both sides of the ball. So I got to have that effort. Also, I think with Lonzo Ball coming here and Caruso, if guys don't play defense, they kind of get embarrassed. Like, these guys are putting the effort, but I'm not.
Right.
I think that before all the injuries and everything, I thought Lonzo Ball was first-team all-defense. I thought that Caruso was first-team all-defense.
And the advanced stats and, all the analytics stat nerds on NBA Twitter back that up.
Did they?
Like, they were both on pace to be caliber first-team all-defense.
Yeah. And you realize I saw a guy in the comments that says, I asked Kendall how much he loves to drop defense. Cause
it's his favorite. He loves it.
Because I used to go, this season I was going nuts. You guys know.
Oh, we saw.
I go nuts over that defense. Because I just don't believe you can play that defense and be successful in the NBA long term. You look at all of the guards that we played against, Trae Young, Steph Curry, Kyrie, what's my man's name from San Antonio? I forget his name is Mr. DeJounte Murray. They all killed us because we played drop defense. All you got to do is get up, have your big man get up and take that away. Either trap him, show hard, get back to your man, have the backside rotate. That's all you have to do. Mm-hmm. But if you listen, me right now at 54 years old, if you play the drop defense against me, I'm gonna get 30 on you.
Damn.
I am.
I believe you.
You're right.
Because listen, I'm gonna come around the pick and there's nobody there.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. You just dropping. What do you think Trae Young is gonna do? You think he's gonna have 42 on us?
Yeah. It's been interesting.
Karis LeVert.
Yeah.
40 on us.
Yeah, he went insane.
And in the first 4 games of this finals series, the Celtics were going under on Steph, and you're like, why?
Right.
Didn't make a whole lot of sense.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And when Lonzo Ball and Caruso got hurt, you guys know, I think we were like top 5 in pick and roll defense.
Yeah.
Then we dropped all the way down to 29th. That's telling you something. That's telling you how important those guys are to this team.
Right. Yeah. Which is, I think, something that some Bulls fans are wondering about with the Rudy Gobert rumors. Remembering that when Lonzo and Caruso were both healthy and playing on a nightly basis, the Bulls had a top 10 defense in the NBA.
They did.
And asking if you actually need Gobert and need to pay that Gobert contract that badly to improve your defense. Like, yes, the team's rim protection could certainly be better than what it was this past season.
Sure.
But do you need to go that far when when your squad was healthy, you had a very respectable defense.
And that's what's interesting, like, because I wonder, is that a good thing? Because it could be a blessing and a curse, you know, seeing that team be a top 10 defense like that. Like, oh, we don't really need much. But then seeing them without, you know what I'm saying, some of your guards, like, oh, shit, we need everything.
Yeah. Listen, if I see Vooch could get up like he did the first, I think it was the third game of the season against the New York Knicks, Kemba Walker was killing us in the first half because they were playing drop defense. Yeah. Then they made an adjustment. In the second half, Vooch got up on Kemba Walker. When he came off of the pick and roll, there was a big body there, forced him out, totally cut it off. But then throughout the rest of the season, he stopped doing it. You know, like if Vooch showed me he could do that consistently, we don't need Gobert because we got a top 10 defense.
Right.
But I need to see the consistency defensively because I love Vooch's offense.
Right.
I wish.
And I think sometimes he got hung out to dry from bad perimeter defense once Caruso and Lonzo were both gone.
Right.
Like Vooch looked like the one who was playing bad defense and him getting posterized, but because he got hung out to dry.
And look, I love what Vooch brings to the table. Wish he wouldn't shoot 9 3-pointers a game.
There it is.
that he did.
What if he was knocking him down at 40%?
But he wasn't.
How do you get out of a slump? You shoot your way out of a slump, right?
You shoot your way out of a slump, but you get down low on the block as a 7-foot big man where you are one of the best in the league. Back to the basket guys.
He was.
You guys remember when Vooch went through that horrible game against Orlando, his former team?
Oh,
yeah.
Early in the season.
5 for 23 or whatever, or 3 for 19.
The next game he played against the Oklahoma City Thunder. He went and played like he used to, back to the basket. Shot a couple 3-pointers. I don't mind him shooting a couple 3-pointers. I don't mind him shooting 2-3 a game.
Yeah.
But 9 a game? when you can dominate these guys inside, why do that? You know, I know Milwaukee's defense was designed to make you take the 3-point shot.
Yeah. They had no other choice against the Bucks.
But don't take the bait. Okay, I see that we gotta have these open 3-pointers, but you know what? As a point guard, Vooch, no, we're not going to take a 3-pointer. Get down in the post. Throw it to him. Let him operate. Because I don't think that Brook Lopez could guard him down there. I don't think that Giannis could guard him down there. I don't think that Bobby Portis could guard him down there. Vooch, to me, is a great offensive player, man. He can score in the post. He can score mid-range. He can shoot the 3-point shot. But we cannot fall in love as 7-footers with the 3-point shot. You got to operate to your strength. Because to me, he goes back to his all-star self if he plays most of it and takes most of his shots from 15 feet and in.
Yeah, but see, he was doing that on an Orlando team where he was option 1A, B, and C. Like, I think it's different when he's trying to figure out where and when to get his shots when he's third on the trademark pecking order behind Zach and DeMar. You know, it's challenging. I think it took him a season to adjust to that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see if they don't make a move. Hopefully, he will have adjusted, and he knows. Okay, I got to spend most of my time down in the block. Okay. As a coaching staff, as if I'm Lonzo, if I'm Caruso, say, hey, Vooch, babe, we need you down on the post. We don't need you out here shooting these threes. Get hot, okay, you know. But if I'm a coach, say, Vooch, your limit is 2.5 3-point shots. I'll give you a half.
Back like it was in the 90s, right, KG?
Right. 2.
Your team's best 3-point shooter is not allowed to shoot more than 2.5 threes a game.
5 seconds left. You get that heave from half court. That's your half.
My sophomore year at Illinois, I was struggling from the 3-point line. Lou Henson said, Kendall, I'll give you 1 3-pointer a game. No more than that. If you shoot more than that, you're going to be over here sitting with me.
Damn.
Okay? And I knew, in the back of my head, I can't. Okay, I can take my 1 3. That's it.
Yep.
You know?
And you listened to that advice because you didn't want to get taken out?
I didn't want to get taken out.
Yeah.
So the next year I come back, and I had to prove to him that I could shoot 40% from the 3-point line before I could even take 2. I proved it to him, and then I had free reign after.
Yeah.
So, you know, That's the rule.
He's got to prove it.
Well, speaking of young Kendall, with the little time we have left, we wanted to, because the NBA draft is a week from tomorrow, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Sneaking up on us.
Yes, it is.
We wanted to go on a little time machine journey back to when Kendall Gill was getting drafted in the 1990 NBA
Long
draft.
time ago.
Joey, do we have those pictures from Kendall's draft night that you can throw up there real quick? Because look at that.
Look at him, boy.
Hey, listen.
And now, for all of you younger Bulls fans watching, that thing that Kendall's holding up to his face, that is a phone. and it has this cord attached to it. And that cord is attached to the base part of the phone unit.
Yes.
What's a base, man?
Man.
That is incredible, man.
That is an awesome Hornets hat.
What do you remember about this right here, Kendall?
Well, that suit, it was a kind of an off-white suit. I got that from Sid Jerome downtown here in Chicago.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I remember being so nervous. You know, if you go back and you watch the video of me walking up and talking, I think it was Craig Sager. I was talking to also Sam. I forget who else I was talking to, but you know, they were asking me questions, but I was so nervous I didn't know how to answer them.
Yeah.
I wasn't like I am now.
Yeah.
Right.
Media ready and
Years
stuff
of
like
practice.
that.
Yes,
Years
sir.
of practice, like you guys have become. But you know, I'm glad that I got drafted by the Charlotte Hornets, but at the time, I really didn't want to go there. I wanted to go one pick later to the Minnesota Timberwolves because I wanted to play with Pooh Richardson. I don't know if you guys remember.
Yeah,
Richardson.
of course.
Yeah, and Charlotte had Rex Chapman. They had They had Dale Curry. Rex was my friend.
Yeah.
And I knew we played the same position. I didn't want to compete with Rex.
Right.
Yeah. So you were worried about the depth chart in
I was
Charlotte.
worried about the depth chart,
Yeah.
but they drafted me anyway. It worked out, and
You played all 82 games as a rookie.
all 82 games.
I was
yeah.
looking at your basketball reference page the other day, man.
Yeah, all 82 games. But that's back when they didn't have load management.
Right, yeah.
Check out the
And then
cards,
check out
baby.
these rookie
Oh,
cards.
I got
Cards,
both
man.
of them.
Woo!
You guys know I
those.
still have that suit. I won't
Really?
get rid of it. Yeah.
When's the last time you put it on? Is my question.
Years.
Okay,
Years.
all right.
But
it's
you know he
hanging
can
up.
still fit into it because he's got the
Yeah.
60-40 bob.
No, that's why.
60-40.
Right. That's why you said years.
Wait,
not
so
decades.
now that you mentioned 60-40, I've been waiting to jump in here for a second. I did get a text,
Yeah.
flex from another former NBC sports guy, Luke Stuckmeyer, who said,
Okay.
he says, tell KG I just wrapped up my 50-30 workout. Guaranteed results 10 times faster. So it looks like you may have a little bit of competition with Stuckmeyer.
Hey, yo, that sounds like Luke stuck by.
Hey,
Cut 20% off, baby. 20% off. I'm cool with that.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah,
Dude,
man.
but I forgot about that because you mentioned Minnesota. You did get a chance to play there, though.
I did.
Greatest
later on
Kendall
my
hairdo
career.
season of your career was the
When I had the-
Minnesota
when I had the locks,
Timberwolves.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when I
the
had the
locks
locks.
in there, man.
Yeah, I played there for one season with Kevin Garnett.
Right.
You know, Joe Smith was there.
Smith.
Wally Zerbiak was there.
Yeah.
But,
Solid
you know,
team.
my year there was great. I played for the late, great Flip Saunders. And, you know, I really enjoyed my time up there. You know, the year before, I was with Miami.
Right.
Because guys, you know, as a guard, late in your career, they start giving you 1-year deals. They're not going to give you like 2, 3,
Right.
4-year deals anymore.
Also spent one of those one-year deals with our beloved Bulls.
Yes, he did.
What was that,
Yeah,
03, 04?
Bulls, right, exactly.
Yeah.
But the year before I went to Minnesota, I played in Miami. I rented this penthouse from this Turkish movie star on Williams Island. I just got into the culture down in Miami. I just
The
couldn't
culture
play.
is renting mansions?
I couldn't. No, I had this penthouse. I had the 32nd and the 31st and the 32nd floor.
Okay.
What? And I didn't want to play basketball.
Yeah, you just wanted to hang out
I just wanted to hang out.
penthouse?
Yeah, listen, I ended up averaging 5 points a game that year.
Hashtag heat culture, right?
Right. Hey, look, I did. That was the worst year of my career. I was like, I got to get out of there. So I went to Minnesota, where it's freaking cold.
Right.
Yeah.
Can't do
Nothing to do but play basketball.
Right.
You know, I had a good year that year. Played with Kevin Garnett, and you know what you see on television when you saw Kevin Garnett, his intensity, it's real.
Yeah.
It's the same way in practice. I mean, that's the one superstar guy that I played with. That he and Alonzo Mourning that brought it to practice and in the games.
KG's bringing that intensity to his like MGM betting commercials. Have
Right.
you
Yeah.
seen those?
I've seen his betting commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah. He brings the intensity, man. So,
Now,
yeah.
because one thing you definitely did was play against, Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
And his greatest like that. But you used to always tell us, you know what I'm saying? Like, you were never really intimidated going against Mike. You loved going against Mike. You embraced that challenge, right?
Yeah, I loved going against Mike. He's an inch taller than me, but, athletically, I thought that I felt that I could compete with him. But listen, Mike is one of the greatest NBA player to play. You guys know who I think is the greatest of all time.
Yes, I remember.
You're on Team Kareem.
That's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the greatest of all time.
I remember.
I think that Michael is now. I've come around to him being the best NBA player of all time.
Yes.
Okay, but nobody can
Wearing
touch
him
Kareem.
down, baby.
Yeah,
Wearing him down.
nobody can touch Kareem's resume,
Like
high school, college, pro.
yeah.
Nobody.
That's fair.
So that makes him the greatest of all time. Michael, I give it to him. Commercially, he did so much for this league.
Yeah.
Inspired millions of people to play basketball. So I think he's the greatest NBA player of all time. But I relished playing against him. I wasn't afraid of him. I think Michael, a lot of times, got guys on the Mike Tyson effect. You remember Mike Tyson used to have his opponents beat before they even got to the arena.
Right. Yeah.
That's the way Michael used to do.
Yeah.
But I had some great games against him. He had more great games against me.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when you're the greatest of all time in the NBA, and you have the triangle offense to boot. But you guys know that I told you the triangle offense is the toughest offense to guard in basketball because you cannot game plan against it.
Sure.
Okay.
And that Bulls team had years of practice executing it.
Years of practice, and Scottie Pippen as well. A lot of people don't know how good Scottie Pippen was.
Yeah.
Not the greatest of all time, like he wants to be remembered.
Have you talked to Scottie?
No, I haven't talked to him. Scotty's my friend.
Yeah.
But
Did you read that book he wrote?
I haven't read it yet.
I lent my copy to Big Dave. I think you got it right now, right?
No. You didn't give me that. You
Is
gave
it
me
on
the
Audible?
Knicks. You gave me the Knicks one.
Oh, okay.
If it's on Audible, I'm going to read it.
Yeah. It's interesting. He's got some opinions about
He's
things.
got some opinions.
I think he's a little feelings hurt after the last dance.
Look, but Scotty is. He does. I don't think he gets enough credit for how good he really was.
I agree.
He was.
Scotty
he
was
awesome.
great, man.
He was amazing. Man.
So you have him running with you, Dennis Rodman,
And Tony on that second 3P team.
Yeah,
that you guys played in the playoffs when
Tony-
you were with New Jersey.
Yeah, Tony Kukoc and all those guys. I mean, now that's what makes Michael that much more difficult to guard because he has all of that with him, plus the referees too.
Oh, stop.
There it was.
There it is.
No, honestly, man, you sneeze foul on Michael. You come here to Chicago, you go park your car at the Valley of the restaurant, foul. Yeah, what I get a foul for? Oh, you playing against Michael. Okay?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's the way it was.
I think that's one of the perks of what you were just talking about, which is everything that MJ did for the NBA.
Hello.
Right.
Hello. No,
made that league a lot of money.
He did.
let me ask you this, Kendall, and this is off basketball. But are you still out here trying to fight Jake Paul? Is he still ducking you? Is Jake Paul still
I just saw
ducking
you post about it the other day.
Yeah, listen, he said that he didn't know who I was, but we have had communications with his trainer. We have had communications with his promotional company, which he owns. We have had communications with Steven Espinosa, the president of Showtime Boxing. And it's hard for me to believe, Jake Paul, that you didn't hear Stephen A. Smith call me out for you on ESPN.
Heard that.
You didn't hear Shaquille O'Neal call me out.
Heard that.
Call you out for me on ESPN Ringside. You didn't hear Muggsy Bogues call you out for me on Vlad TV.
Heard that.
Oh, also, too, I was supposed to be on his undercard of his last fight against Tyron Woodley, but somehow they decided to go with Darren Williams, who's my Illini brother and who's my NBA brother.
Yeah.
But they didn't want me on the card. So they decided to go with somebody else instead. Because once I would have defeated Frank Gore, I would have called Jake Paul out right there in the ring.
Yes, you would.
Right.
Yes.
They didn't want that.
Right.
Yeah.
So, listen, my wife says, listen, I'm tired of you trolling this guy. My mom and dad told me stop. So I got permission to do one more troll.
Okay.
I'm going to do one more, and then that's it. After that, if he doesn't fight
And then
me-
after that, we'll pick up that trolling for you.
Yeah, we will continue.
Whenever.
Yeah, and let me
Yeah.
tell you something. Let me tell you something about Jake Paul. Listen, I respect what he has done. I don't knock his hustle. He's made a lot of money over these past 3 or 4 years.
Sure has.
the thing is that I see a guy on my level. I'm 4-0 in the ring. He's 5-0 in the ring. You knocked out Nate Robinson and then went around and bragged about
Pick on somebody your own size.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you what their game plan is to do, make as much money as they can, and then fight somebody, and then the jig is going to be up.
Yeah.
You know, because that's the reason why they've been avoiding me, because I have experience in the ring.
Because they don't want the Jake Paul wave to end this early.
They don't want to die, and I understand that. The guy said he wants to make $240 million out of boxing. I understand that. The only way he can do that is keep winning. Yeah. So what do? I continue to play T-ball.
Yeah.
Okay? I continue to let them set the ball up on the tee for me and let me hit it. Okay? But now, if I face guys with experience, now I got to face a curveball. I got to face a knuckleball, a slider, fastball, changeup. He's not ready to deal with that. He puts in the work. I know guys that have been in his camp that have sparred against him. They say he does everything necessary to become a boxer, but it's been 3 years now, and you still suck. Okay?
Some simple facts right there.
Two people that know how to box. Layman's, all they see him knocking people out.
Yeah.
But they don't understand. Those guys are 2 weight classes below him.
Yeah.
Not very much experience in the ring. Jake Paul sweats down to 190 pounds on all of his weigh-ins. Then he rehydrates back up to 210 pounds fight night. So in Nate's case, Nate was going to get knocked out regardless.
Yeah.
Because Nate soaking wet weighs 175 pounds.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay? 5'7". And now you're going to walk into the ring and you're going to fight a guy that's 210 pounds? Of course when you get hit, you're going to go away. Same thing with Tyron Woodley. So that's the reason why they want to face me. I'm in his weight class. Okay?
I think pound for pound, you're probably a better boxer. I don't know a whole lot about boxing.
I've seen Kendall box.
Yeah, I've seen the videos.
No, he can box.
Also, for him to say he doesn't know who you are, that's bogus. I have known who Kendall Gill is since I was 5 years old. I still don't know why this Jake Paul dude is famous before he started boxing.
Joey, tell
who
us
is
why
he
Jake
and why
Paul
do we
is famous.
care?
Tell Matt why Jake Paul
I don't know
is
why he's famous.
I don't know why Jake Paul's famous.
Thank you. Who is this fucking guy?
If the youth don't know,
He's got a famous brother.
he does have a famous
And
brother.
why is his brother famous? Still nobody knows.
Because he has like a podcast, which is, that's a semi-legitimate business that he's got.
Podcasts don't make people famous, I don't think.
They made you guys famous. You guys are Chicago famous.
I think that's a bunch of nonsense right there.
You guys are Chicago famous. But no, look, I would love that fight. I'm gonna train my butt off still. He's supposed to fight August 6th.
Okay.
We've been trying to get the fight, and it's just we know why they don't want it. So what we offered them, we said, listen, you guys will have Big Baby Davis fighting on your undercard.
Wow.
Right?
Stop.
So I'm saying, how do you know Big Baby Davis, but you don't know the guy that's been calling you out for 2 years? So that's a bunch of crap.
Also, what weight class is Big Baby Davis in?
Big Baby Davis is in super heavyweight.
Yeah, that would have been my guess.
So listen, my team went back to him and said, listen, as much as we don't want to get in the ring with a frat brother, we'll fight him. We'll fight Big Baby Davis.
Yeah.
And then guarantee us Jake. You know what they said? Big Baby Davis doesn't have enough experience to fight a guy that has had 4 pro fights. Well, what did Nate Robinson have?
None? Also?
None.
Yeah.
So why did you fight him?
Because they knew he could beat him.
Right, exactly. So these guys are
Sounds like a bunch of BS to me.
man.
That's what it is, man.
Yeah.
You know what's not BS? Hanging out with Kendall Gill.
Hey.
KG, it's so good to see you, man. Thank you so much for coming by.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you guys letting me know the secret location, because believe me, guys, all you guys listening out here, I had no idea this place was here. This is a secret location. The Bat Cave. This is such a sweet setup you guys have here.
Thank you, man.
Where if anybody gets mad at you, Zach LaVine, the Bulls, any NBA player, they ain't gonna be able to find you.
No.
Not here, man.
Kobe White's brother.
Right.
Yeah, that might be an issue. Not Zach. Zach loves us.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody follow Kendall on Twitter at KendallG13 and on Insta, your official Kendall Gill.
Official Kendall Gill, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And you guys are doing some stuff for draft night as well, right? Next
week?
week?
We're doing some stuff for draft night. We're going to come in and, just do the regular thing and talk about, the Bulls right now, the future, draft prospects, possible trades, things like that.
Right on.
Yeah,
well,
man.
check that out, too. We're going to be doing our draft show live from start to finish and then some. But, pop over there. Say what's up to Kendall and Will
All day
and
long.
our guy Jason.
All day long.
Tell them we said hi, would you please?
I will tell
we saw
everybody.
Jay very recently, but
Yeah, I will tell them that you guys said hello. Of course, you guys know you're still family to us. So,
Appreciate it, man.
Hopefully we will get a chance to work together again. But,
Yeah.
look, listen, this is when you know it's right, guys. I haven't seen these guys in 2 years, and we're vibing just like we always
Right.
have.
That's what it is.
yeah.
it
And
is.
let us know about Game 7. I'll bring some popcorn.
Oh, for
Game
real.
7, definitely.
We'll be
Hey,
waiting
yo,
by the phone like this.
How bad does the NBA want Game 7?
Oh, my God.
Father's Day,
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Juneteenth.
It's too
Speaking of
oh.
NBA officials maybe
You know?
playing favorites and rigging things, Celtics are getting all the calls tomorrow.
I hope so. Like the old Boston
All the
Celtics. Yeah.
calls.
That's right.
Like, give them the
man,
old
that's right.
calls, man. We gotta have it.
Yeah,
it just
we
has
gotta
to
have
be,
it,
man.
man.
Gotta
Gotta
have
have
that
it.
game. seven.
That little Irish guy on the floor is going to be using his magic to kick all the Warriors shots out of the rim.
Oh
That's
man,
right, man.
dude.
That's right.
Can't
All
wait.
right, that's it. Until tomorrow, we'll be back here with another in studio episode, 3:00 Chicago time. Until then, Bulls_Pack, Bowel Sports, Kendall G13. Shout out to our pal and our producer Joey for hanging out with us as always. More CHGO sports content coming up here on our YouTube channel, including Bears, which is still going on right now, bets, and then we got Cubs pre and post for the Cubs night game. Until tomorrow, see you right, be good, Bulls Nation.